What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and enjoying freedom. It's a great day to have a great day. Today, I wanted to talk about silver and also maybe a little bit of gold. More specifically, I wanted to talk about whether or not it's okay to take profits when we see them. We're going to get into it, but really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Subscribe to my second channel for weekly videos. Get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club for giveaways. Join before June 1st to get entered into my latest giveaway. Live streams, deal alerts, and a whole lot more. You can actually watch Saturday and Sunday's videos right now if you want to. And of course, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. Everything will be linked in the description. So today is Friday, May 27th, 2022. As I'm filming the video, it's still Tuesday the 24th, 2022, which means I have zero idea what the spot price of silver or gold will be by the time this video comes out. So head on down to the comments and let me know the date and time you're viewing the video and what the current spot price is for you. I'm always curious. And not only is it Tuesday the 24th, it's Tuesday the 24th at like 4:30 in the morning. Who's doing it? Nobody. So today I wanted to talk about taking profits on your silver and your gold. Now this might be considered controversial within the precious metal stacking world, and that's because you don't really typically look at the spot price of silver going up on the precious metals as profiting. And I'll explain why throughout the duration of this video, but as you can see on display, we have a nice little selection today. We have a 10-ounce bull bar, a 1-ounce Westminster bar, a 1-ounce American flag bar, a 10-ounce sunshine bar, a 5-ounce sunshine bar, a 5-ounce Aztec calendar round, a 2-ounce Yale and 2-ounce Greyhound, some Queen's Beasts, a 2-ounce Kraken, a 2-ounce Werewolf, Creatures of the North, and then of course we have a Maple, a Kangaroo, a Type 1 Eagle, and a Type 2 Eagle. And over here, we even have some gold, in case we end up talking about the beautiful yellow metal today. But I wanted to focus on talking about taking profits. And to a lot of people out there, this could mean a couple of different things. I'm just simply talking about putting a certain amount of dollar bills into the silver and gold, converting them into precious metals for long-term wealth preservation purposes. And if you see the spot price of silver go up over an extended period of time, and you have the ability to cash out and make some more dollars back, is that okay to do? Is there anything wrong with that? Is that something that you should do? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, first things first, let's just say this year is your first year of stacking silver. And maybe your first year of stacking gold as well. And let's just say over the course of the 365 days that we're given this year, you put $5,000 into silver. And with the current spot price being roughly, let's just say $22 average premium, about $4 over spot, that means you were probably able to get silver for roughly $26. So let's just say over the course of the year, you were able to get 192 ounces of silver. We can just round that up to 200 ounces of silver at $5,000 in grand total. Now let's just say sometime next year or the year after, spot price of silver goes back up. And let's just say the $5,000 you put in the first place now becomes worth $8,000. A $3,000 gain on your silver. Now I understand a lot of people don't really see this as a gain. I also don't see it as a gain. Usually I see it as the dollar bill getting weaker, not the silver and gold getting stronger, but that's just me, that's just my opinion. But let's just say you put $5,000 in and now all of a sudden it's worth $8,000. You have the ability to sell everything for $8,000 when you only put $5,000 in the first place. I'm not talking about parting ways with absolutely everything. That's not what I mean by taking profits. By taking profits, I'm talking about taking a portion of or the entire $3,000 gain that you saw. This is called taking some profits. Is that an okay thing to do? I would say, even though it's not something that I've ever done, and even though it's not something that I don't believe I can ever see myself doing in the future, the answer is abso-freaking-lutely it's okay to do. There is nothing wrong with taking some profits. And it doesn't just go for silver, it doesn't just go for gold. It goes for some of your other investments as well. If you're a stock investor, whether it be index funds or individual stocks or whatever it is that you're doing over there, if you put $5,000 into a stock and it turns into $8,000 and you want to take that $3,000 off the top and leave your $5,000 in there, that's perfectly fine to do. There's nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, there are a lot of people out there who would argue that that's exactly what you should be doing. But when it comes to silver and gold, it's a little bit different. The silver and the gold, the precious metals, I don't view as an investment. Most of us here in the precious metal stacking community don't view it as an investment. We just simply view it as a hedge or a store of value or something to do for long-term wealth preservation purposes, just in case something happens to the dollar bill. Many of us look at the silver and gold as somewhat of a safe haven, or should I say, a safer haven, because nothing seems safe right now. But many of us use the silver and gold in a different way than most people use stocks or businesses or real estate when it comes to putting their dollar bills in the first place. You see, I never put a single dollar into silver or into gold with the expectation of it going up in value just so I can cash out. I do believe it'll go up in value for a variety of different reasons, but if it does, that's not the mission. The mission isn't to cash out. The mission isn't to take profits. I don't see it as a profit at all, in any way, shape, or form. See, I put a lot of dollar bills into silver when the spot price was only $13, $14. Premiums barely existed at the time. So I was able to get silver for very, very cheap. And I got a lot of silver during that time period. A huge amount of silver, between $13 and $18, because I kept throwing more dollar bills in on the way up. Eventually, silver got to the $19 mark, and then it crossed over the $20 mark. I continued feeding the fire. I continued acquiring more silver at the $20 mark. This is when premiums started to go up. Then $22, $24, $26, I was still converting dollars into silver. $28, $29, I was still getting my hands on some silver. I didn't get any silver when the spot price crossed over the $30 mark. And by the way, all these numbers that I'm sharing, we saw all these numbers happen in 2020. Back then, the premiums were like $5, maybe even $6 over spot. So any number that I share, you could just easily add on at least $5. So when I said $25, think of that as $30. When I said $22, think of it as $27. I was still throwing dollar bills in at that point. But it wasn't because I thought that the rocket ship was taking off and I wanted to latch on before it was too late so I can make it to the moon so I can cash out as soon as spot price hits a certain number, my desired number. Let's just say let's just say $35 or $40. If spot price went to that point, that's not my target. That's not my selling point. That's not what my exit strategy consists of. Because I don't view the silver and gold like that. I don't view it as an investment. I'm not putting my dollar bills in as an investment. I'm putting my dollar bills in because I personally believe the silver and the gold stand a far better chance of protecting my dollars or protecting my value, protecting my purchasing power than if I were to just leave it in cash. But if the spot price were to go up, is there anything wrong with selling a little bit of it? No, absolutely not. I see no problem with that. And if somebody told me that that's what they did, good for them. Fantastic. Like I said, it's not something that I've ever done, and it's not something that I could ever see myself doing in the future. Even if I woke up tomorrow and spot price went to $100, would I sell at that point? I'd see some pretty huge gains, considering my average cost is probably about $20, give or take, considering I got a lot of silver before silver really took off. Got a lot of silver in the low teens, $13, $14 an ounce. Of course, I got a lot of silver in the mid to high 20s as well, which raised my average cost, which, by the way, is not anything that I'm concerned with. But let's just say my average cost is about $20, $21, $22 an ounce. And the spot price goes up to $50 or $100 an ounce. Would I cash out at least a little bit at that point? I personally don't think so. I don't believe I would. The only thing I could see myself doing at that point is taking some of that silver and trading it for a little bit of gold, if I have the ability to do so, and of course, if the gold to silver ratio makes sense. If silver goes up by, I don't know, let's just say 200%, would it make sense to trade some silver for gold at that point? Not if gold also goes up by 200%. See, it's very easy to plug these numbers in and say, oh, this is what I would do if this happens. There could be some roadblocks that a lot of people are unaware of. Silver could go up by quite a bit, and a lot of us usually lean toward saying that, oh yeah, at that point I would trade some silver for gold. Not if gold goes up with it. If silver goes up at a pace or at a rate that exceeds how quickly gold is going up, that gold to silver ratio gap is going to close in. At that point, I could see myself trading some silver for some gold. But I don't believe I would ever sell and go back to cash. I don't believe I would take profits, as they say. And by the way, to this day, I haven't taken profits anywhere else either. The money I make from businesses goes straight back into the business. The money I make from other forms of investments, I've left in. I haven't cashed out. I haven't sold anything. And I've seen the 50% gains. I've seen the 100% gains. I've seen the 500% gains. I've seen some pretty big numbers over the last 2 years especially. But I haven't parted ways with anything. I haven't sold anything, I haven't cashed out, I haven't taken any profits. Now, will that change at some point in the future? It could. I'm not going to sit here and say absolutely not. I'm holding on to everything for the rest of my life. There may come a day where I decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to trim some of the fat off the top. I could do that. I might. At this point, I can't see myself doing that. But at some point in the future, that's an option, and that's what I may very well choose to do. I'm not sure yet, but I don't have any plans of selling anything at this time. My intentions are to hold on for the long run. And one of the big factors that play a role in my decision to not sell is that I'm personally not too interested in or enthusiastic about paying taxes, because that's another thing you have to worry about. Now, I heard in an interview one time, I believe Kevin O'Leary said this, Mr. Wonderful. I believe he said that you shouldn't make any of your financial decisions based on the tax implications. Meaning, if you put your dollar bills into something and you see, let's just say, a 100% return, 100% unrealized gains, they're considered unrealized if you're still holding on to them, if you've made money on paper. But if you sell, you got to pay those capital gains taxes. Now, if you sell in under a year, you got to pay those short-term capital gains taxes, which is a higher rate than long-term capital gains tax, which is anything after a year. So let's just say you put that $5,000 in the first place. Now it's worth $8,000. If it's been less than a year, you're gonna owe taxes on that $3,000 no matter what. But if it's been under a year, you're gonna owe more taxes on the $3,000 than if you were to just hold on past a year. But unfortunately, we don't have complete and total control of what prices do in the short term or in the long term. So if it's been 11 months, obviously that's short-term capital gains. But if you hold on just one more month before you sell, just so you owe a smaller amount of taxes, the price could be down at that point. So that was Kevin O'Leary's point that he was making. That you shouldn't make any decisions like that exclusively based on the tax implications. You shouldn't hold on for dear life as something is crashing down just so you can surpass the year so you don't have to worry about short-term capital gains tax. You could walk away with more cash by selling and paying short-term capital gains than by holding on and paying long-term capital gains, depending on what it is. If you see an opportunity in under a year, you should consider it. But when it comes to silver and gold, it's a little bit different. Many of us acquire our precious metals by making cash transactions at the local coin shop. As always, hashtag support your local coin shop. If you don't want anybody knowing what LCS stands for, let them know it stands for locally canned soup and then just walk away. Let them figure it out. Bunch of t-shirts, bunch of hoodies, bunch of stickers, bunch of coffee mugs in the DYDSS store. Link in the description. But when it comes to the silver and gold acquired at the local coin shop, assuming you're paying in cash, how does anybody know what you paid in the first place, other than the people who work at the coin shop? How does anybody know how many dollars you put in the first place? How does anybody know whether you've seen a 200% gain or a negative 25% gain, aka a loss? How does anybody know? Especially when it comes to taxes. That's a good question. And for the best possible answer, you're not going to want to turn to me. You're going to want to call up your accountant and ask a couple of questions, because there are certain things that I'm not allowed to say, and there are certain things that I don't even know. I can't say for sure. I can't say with the utmost conviction, because guess what? I've never sold anything. I wouldn't know every little intricate detail when it comes to taxes regarding silver and gold. I do know one thing, though. You're expected to pay taxes on your gains. Now, I'm not saying you're going to. I'm saying you're expected to. That's just what's expected of you. Pretty simple. It's up to you whether or not you decide to report it, but you're definitely expected to report realized gains if you sold and took some profits. But when it comes to the silver and gold, I personally don't see it as a profit. If silver goes up according to the spot price, to me nothing's changed. A troy ounce of silver is a troy ounce of silver, whether it's $14 or whether it's $30 or whether it's $100. It's still a troy ounce of silver either way. I personally don't see a difference. I see no difference in any way, shape, or form. The only time I worry about how many dollar bills silver is worth is before they're in my possession. See, I talk about it all the time. I go after the lowest possible premium silver I could really ever get my hands on. I'm always on the hunt for low premium silver. I'm always looking for the best possible deal. And for the last year and a half to 2 years, the best deal that I've been able to stumble upon is on 90%. Washington quarters are just the way to go, it seems, for me, considering I can get them cheaper than generic. For you, it might be different. Maybe you can get generic cheaper than Washington quarters, or cheaper than 90% in general. So of course, I'm trying to get the best bang for my buck. Of course, I'm trying to get as much silver for my dollars as possible. And I'm trying to pay the lowest possible grand total price. But that's the only time I worry about dollar bills when it comes to silver or when it comes to gold. Once that silver, once those troy ounces are in my possession, I completely disregard the currency. It doesn't matter to me if my average cost is $20 and all of a sudden silver goes to $100. Just like it doesn't matter to me if my average cost is $20 and spot price falls down to $14, let's just say. Or lower. Let's just say it falls down to $10. You could argue that with my average cost being $20 an ounce, roughly, and if the spot price were to tank all the way down to $10, you could say that on paper, I lost half my currency. The value got chopped in half. But that's not how I see it. The same way I don't see it as a gain if silver were to double in value. I don't see it as a loss if silver were to get chopped in half. That's not how I see it. I only worry about the dollar bills before the silver's in my possession. Once I have it, I no longer care because I don't measure my wealth in dollar bills. All the silver that you see on display, you'll notice at the very beginning of the video, I said 10 ounce silver bar, 1 ounce silver bar, 2 ounce coin, 1 ounce coin. You didn't hear me say $25 worth of silver. You didn't hear me say $250 worth of silver. You didn't hear me say $50 worth of silver. You didn't hear me say anything like that. You heard me measure the wealth in troy ounces. It's not about how many dollar bills the stack is worth. It's not about how many dollar bills your investment portfolio is worth. It's about how many troy ounces of silver you have. It's about how many troy ounces of gold you have. It's about how many shares you have. It's not about how many dollar bills it's worth. You don't care about the dollar bills, especially not in the short term. You care about what you own, how much you own. That's what's important. But at the end of the day, if what you own goes up in value on paper and you choose to sell a portion, scrape a little bit off the top and take some profits, is there anything wrong with that? Absolutely not. Is that what you should do? I'm not going to say no, but it's also not what you shouldn't do. You can. You don't have to. 100% personal preference. I haven't done it. I don't see anything wrong with people doing that. I don't really understand when people cash out on their entire stack. To me, it seems like they value the dollar bills more than they value the silver. But if you want to take some profits off the top, no issue there. I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Have you ever sold any of your silver or any of your gold? Have you ever taken some profits? If so, why did you do so? Was it some type of financial emergency where you had no choice? Or maybe you thought it was the financially more responsible thing to do. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. If you guys like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Go and get yourself some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel in the biggest possible way. Got t-shirts, hoodies, stickers, coffee mugs in a bunch of different designs. A lot of the products are helping us raise some funds and awareness for different charity organizations, by the way. DYDSS store will be linked in the description. Come and join us in the Precious Metals VIP Club, which is where I do giveaways every single month. Join before June 1st to enter into my latest giveaway. Live streams multiple times a week. Deal alerts on silver and gold almost every single day. You can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. You can actually watch Saturday and Sunday's videos right now if you want to. And every Saturday morning I post a brand new vlog. I have a new one coming out tomorrow morning. You're definitely going to want to go and watch that. And there are a ton of other perks as well. VIP Club link in the description. I guarantee you the value exceeds the cost. And of course, last but certainly not least, make sure to go and get your 6 free stocks by downloading Webull and funding your account. You can deposit any amount, even if it's as little as a penny. It still works. You still get your free stock, so capitalize on that while you can. Normally it's 2, but they bumped it up to 6 for a limited time only. If you refer one friend by June 9th, they're going to give you all the way up to 100 free random stocks. This is part of their advertising budget. Rather than wasting currency on billboards and TV commercials, they reward their users for helping them build their app with them. And if you refer 2 friends, by the end of the month, only a few days left, like 3 days left, Webull's going to give you either a free share of Starbucks, Apple, or Google. It's completely random. You get what you get and you don't get upset, but you win no matter what because you're still getting something awesome out of it. Don't pass up on an opportunity. Webull link in the description. Time is running out. If you don't want the stocks, go and get them anyway. They're free. And then just sell them. Take some profits, and then you can go and get yourself some silver or maybe some gold if that's what you want. Webull link in the description. And I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know once again, what are your thoughts on everything shared in today's video? When it comes to taking some profits off of your silver and off of your gold, if of course you see the spot price go up and your average cost stays lower than what the spot price is or lower than what the spot price plus premiums are, and you have the ability to take a little bit of your silver or a little bit of your gold, part ways with it for some cash because you've made some currency on paper, is that something that you would do? Is that something that you've ever done in the past? Is that something that you're completely against? Maybe you're in it for the long run and the only way you would ever sell is if there was some type of financial emergency and you had no choice. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you tomorrow. Don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.